Hi, welcome to AnjuliTV. I'm Anjuli Velazquez. This is a special edition of AnjuliTV where I'm going to start a series of episodes that are about Buffy the Vampire Slayer because there's a lot to talk about and you can't talk about it all in one episode. So what I decided to do was talk about each season in an episode so I can talk more about it because I just love this show. So, for this episode, we will start at the beginning, Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 1. Buffy came in as a mid-season replacement in 1997 on the WB, and so there are only 12 episodes, and we also come in to the middle of the school year, and Buffy is a sophomore right now, so she's just moved from LA, which is like the movie, and she wants a new start in good old Sunnydale, which she has no idea it sits on top of a hellmouth, and things are only going to get worse for her, hence the show. The first episode is called Welcome to the Hellmouth, which is perfect because Buffy moves to Sunnydale thinking it's a fresh start, I'm not going to slay vampires anymore, I'm just going to be a normal kid, which obviously doesn't happen because there'd be no show if that happened. First member of the Scooby Gang that she meets is Xander when they bump into each other and he finds her steak. And then she actually meets Cordelia next and they're like friends pretty much just for this episode. Cordelia is an uber bitch and actually this is probably her bitchiest season. She gets a little bit better as the show progresses, and then when she goes to Angel, she's still a bitch, but I don't think she's not a character that you're really supposed to like. She's like comic relief, you know, and probably the girl you hated in high school that these writers just liked to torment and talk about. The series premiere episode, which is also very similar to the pilot, which I saw the pilot on Cast TV. Actually, it was a really good website for pretty much any video on the internet. But anyway, the pilot was on there, and it was pretty similar to the first episode, except a different actress played Willow, which seems crazy because I love Allison Hannigan, and I think she's just Willow. There's no one else that could be Willow. Anyway, on that first episode, Carmine Giovinazzo, which some of you may know from CSI New York, is our first vampire victim ever. He gets killed by Julie Benz, who plays Darla, who we don't think that she's all that important right now at this point, that she actually is important to Angel's story. Anyway, the big bad for this season is the Master, who is played by Mark Metcalf, who was Niedermeyer in Animal House, which he looks nothing like that, obviously, because the Master is the oldest vampire, so he's in constant, vampire face, the bumpy forehead. We also first meet Amy in this season in Witch, the third episode, who, she comes back later, in like season 3, I think, and she's good at first, and then she's not so good. And, currently, season 8 is going on in the comic books, and she is one of the bad guys, which is fun to see her like that. Also in that episode in which we get the scream in the opening credits, which to me is very signature Buffy. In the 4th episode, we also get to see the start of Xander's unlucky streak with women in Teacher's Pet, where he almost gets eaten by the praying mantis lady. Nightmares is a pretty creepy episode because everybody in Sunnydale, it's like whatever your worst fears are coming to life. And it's a pretty good episode. And it's the only time we ever see Buffy with the vampire makeup, which is kind of cool because she's a Slayer, so it's kind of fun to see her on the other side. My favorite episodes from this season are The Pack, which is a good one. That's I like the episodes that kind of focus on Xander and tell his story because it feels like he doesn't get to be as involved as everybody else sometimes. But they all go to a field trip to the zoo, and he gets possessed by hyenas, and it's kind of funny. It's a good episode. My favorite episode for the entirety of the season is Angel, because of course I love the whole Buffy and Angel story and love and heartache and all of that, and we get to learn all about him, and this is the first time you learn that he's a vampire, and you learn about his curse, vampire with a soul, and everything like that. And then my other favorite from this season is Prophecy Girl, which is the season finale. This is the one with the prophecy that Buffy's going to face the Master and she's going to die. And then she tries to quit and she has this emotional scene with Giles. And this is like the first time I think you see the kind of fatherly daughter relationship that they have, which is nice because I love Giles. But anyway, she decides to quit being a Slayer, which obviously doesn't happen. She comes back and she faces the Master. He kills her, but she drowns. He like bit her and then drops her in this little puddle of water, and she drowns. And Xander and Angel come, and Xander revives her, gives her CPR, and she's alive again. And then she kills the Master. It's a very good episode. It's the first time that we see Buffy die. Because, yes, she does die again later, obviously. And it's the first time that we see the Hellmouth being opened, which is located directly under the library. And it does get opened many times. All in all, it's a good start. Like, it's not the best season, you know, but every good series has to have a starting point, and you grow from that. So I love Buffy, obviously, and I think season 1 is a good start. That was my review of Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 1. It's one of my favorites. You should check it out. I don't have them on DVD, which is ridiculous because I have all the other movies and shows that I like. But I do have Netflix, which shout out to Netflix. It's only $9 a month, and you can watch unlimited shows and movies, streaming or DVDs. I like the streaming one because I watch it on my computer, and it's just easier that way. But anyway, that's it for this episode of AnjuliTV. Thanks for watching. I'm Anjuli Velazquez, and I'll see you in the next video.